This always gets me. Hello, bienvenue. You're watching live at Roland-Garros. Day 2 of the championships, the first sighting of Andre Agassi in the coaching box. Rafa Nadal started his journey towards La Decima, and Garbine Muguruza started the defense of her title. And the sun, it doesn't look at it at the moment, has continued to shine. To get in touch with us, we'd love to hear from you on all those social media platforms. Use the hashtag RG17, and we look forward to your company over the next half an hour. And I'm very happy to say that tournament director Guy Forget is alongside Eli and myself. Guy, thank you very much. I know it's a very busy time, so thank you for being with us. And we're nearly at the end of day 2. So how are things going?
Well, hello, good evening. Thanks for having me on the stage. Well, you know, I'm very excited because we've seen so far 2 days of really unbelievable tennis.
Yeah.
As you said, the sun was shining. It was very warm, almost too warm. But you know, a sort of happy faces. I think the fans had a great time. And I think the best is still yet to come.
I was telling everybody that it was going to rain about now, but I mean, so far we're doing okay.
Well, don't turn your head on your right because it's getting really dark there.
Is it going over
I think it might be coming towards the
You
end
have
of
the scoop? You have the inside scoop?
Well, no, they said that we might get a few showers or thunderstorm toward the end of the day, so we're slowly going there.
So
But the match went on all right, so we're not behind schedule, which is a good thing.
Well, if I see worried looks on your faces, I'll know that it's about to start raining. We actually thought you might be a little bit late because there was a big match going on in Philippe Chatrier involving a French player. It has just finished. 2 hours and 59 minutes was the exact time for Kristina Mladenovic against Jennifer Brady. Mladenovic coming through. Now, Mladenovic had treatment very early on in this match. She looked to be in some sort of pain, but Guy, as we know, she is a fighter, she is a warrior, and she's come through a battle.
Yeah, you know, I think it's not very easy for her because a lot of people, a lot of media, you know, talk about her like possibly being a champion here, and she's been playing very well in the last few weeks. She had major improvements in the last couple of years, and she has to deal with that pressure. And I think when she walked on the court, I think she was fine. I talked to her mum a couple of hours before the match, and she said she felt great. So I think there's a lot of tension behind all that. So she had a sore back. She got it probably fixed. And little by little, against a girl who was playing great on the other side of the net, you know, she managed with her experience to pull it through. And when sometimes, you know, you win those tournaments, when you look back, the first few rounds were kind of difficult. Yeah. So maybe that's going to, you know, bring her luck for the rest of the event.
How did you feel as a French player? Because we often talk about the French players feeling pressure at Roland-Garros, pressure from the media, from the fans, from themselves. How did you feel when you played here as a player?
Well, you always feel an extra pressure when you play home. On the other hand, it can be a very positive pressure because you know you get to be tired, and when you're struggling, the crowd is pushing behind you. I think, you know, regarding my game, was more than the clay that was a hard surface for me because, you know, the points were slow, and I like the indoor surfaces more. But you know, like Davis Cup is the same thing. You know, Davis Cup it adds more pressure, but if you can deal with it, you know, you kind of be playing your best matches.
And as well as playing tennis, Eli told me that he was working here, and maybe you had to face some questions from Eli during your time.
I'm sure he has some questions.
No, but the French players here, it's you know, it's black or white. Like either they thrive on it, either it paralyzes them. That we tend to see that. We saw Christina's reaction at the end of the match. Tears. First round win, tears. There's got to be more than just physical issues there. There's got to be some sort of.
It's a relief.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all right. You know, and sometimes you have to go through these stages to really enjoy the rest. And probably she needs to have that in her belt, you know, to get rid of it. So she's got the hard part. You know, she pulled it off, and now she might be playing a lot better in the next round, and then have easy matches. Of course, if she wants to go all the way to the end, she can't afford to have 2 more matches of that length and that difficulty. But you know, I think she can get over that.
So she might feel that her biggest hurdle has been cleared in getting around the first round. As the tournament director for Roland-Garros, what is your biggest challenge, either ahead of the event or would you say during the events?
Well, it's just first of all to make sure that everything's going to be fine for the tournament. I know we've talked a lot about security.
Yeah.
It's one of the issues, of course. The weather, we've talked about good weather. See, the winds keep blowing
Don't fly
really
away,
hard
Gigi,
now.
stay with us.
I'm still not looking.
To so that we can stay on schedule, and to make sure that all the players, men and women, are having a good time. Have a good time in the restaurant, in the locker room. That the fans, enjoy their time here. It's a big organization. A lot of people are involved, and we have close to 6,000 people that are working on site every day. You have around 1,000 journalists, and you have to take care of all of these people. That's why we have a great team here working, day after day after day to produce one of the best tournaments in the world.
Guy, are you waiting for the tournament to end? Is it like a countdown? You're like, I just want to get to the end and everything happens great.
No, I couldn't wait for the tournament to start, to be honest, because I've spent a lot of weeks before the tournament here, and it was building up. You could feel the pressure, and it was getting nicer and nicer. It was cold like a month and a half ago, and as it started to get warmer, I thought, okay, this is really nice. It's coming. And when we saw the first players before qualifying, coming on the clay to learn how to slide again, get a feel of the courts, it was very nice because you feel, oh, it's coming now, it's coming. Now here we are, and I'm sure you're just as excited as I am to watch, the big names play on the big courts.
Well, a match we're looking forward to. The players, I believe, have just come out onto Philippe Chatrier. It's Sasha Zverev against Fernando Verdasco, and when we were looking at the matches to be played today, this is the one that stood out. Sasha Zverev, fresh from his first Masters 1000 title win, a little bit more pressure on him against Fernando Verdasco, former top 10 player. On his day, he can still be very, very... It's an intriguing first-round match.
It's a wonderful first-round match. I tell you, Zverev is in a very confident state right now, but he's probably going on that center court for the first time, and he has against him, one of the best clay court players in the last probably 5 or 6 years, although he's not playing his best right now. But on a good day, Verdasco can be as good as anyone. So, Zverev knows about this, and if they both play at their best level from this first round, we can see just tremendous tennis.
Now, do you have a couple more minutes to stay with us?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So very shortly, we're going to be speaking with Guy about the men's draw. And one man who's still in that, he's on course for La Decima, is Rafa Nadal, who played Benoit Paire earlier today.
Most important thing is be through, win, and if he's in 3 better, sorry for Benoit, he's a dangerous opponent, very, very talented player. He's able to change the rhythm of the point very quick with a great backhand and some great drop shots. He's able to serve well sometimes, and yeah, today I think I started strong. He started having some more mistakes than usual with his forehand, and then in the second set he had a good chance for 5-3. I think I played a good point, and then after that was everything a little bit less difficult.
Let's talk about, I went on internet to check a little bit and I saw Rafa Nadal Academy. So I have a question. If I spend 1 month in your academy, do you guarantee I get your forehand?
The only thing that I guarantee is you're gonna have fun, and we're gonna try our best to make you improve all the shots. No, and I don't know. I think the forehand is something that sometimes, some kind of forehand. You need to burn a little bit with this, but it's obvious that I think we have the right team in our academy. So I believe that all the kids that are there are very happy. So just we are working hard to try to help the kids in the better way that we can.
A straightforward scoreline win in the end there for Nadal. And Guy, I like what he said there when Fabrice Santoro said, you know, if I come to your academy, can I also come away with your forehand? And a very humble man, but Nadal said, I think it's also something maybe you need to be born with a little bit.
Well, of course, I think all of the players that we see in our tournament are born with something extra. Of course, it's a lot of work because, I mean, talent without work is nothing. It's just a bad habit, you know, we used to say. But I mean, it's hours and hours of sweating to get the control on the ball, but you need as well to hit it really hard because, I mean, all the players, male and female, covers the court so well that you have the ability to hit it hard, not missing and be really precise. And Rafa, regarding the forehand, is just one of the best shots in the game, especially on clay.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of damage on Benoit's forehand today, that's for sure.
It's funny that Fabrice asked that because he has the two-handed forehand. Yeah. So he'd have to go a big change to get the
Well, maybe longer than a month. Maybe he needs maybe 6 months.
Maybe 10 or 12 years.
Yeah. Okay, so he's moving in to the academy. But what Rafa Nadal, what he's achieved so far this year, but what he could possibly achieve here, he's already done a double decima in Monte Carlo and Barcelona. To think that he's going for title number 10 at a Grand Slam is something quite phenomenal.
Oh, it's incredible. If he does it, and it's still a long way, it'll be one of the greatest sport, I'd say almost miracle. I mean, when you think of how hard it is physically now to win these tournaments, I mean, any Grand Slam actually, but to win it 10 times is just massive. It's crazy. But he's done it, as you said before, in such a humble way. Yeah. And he always felt like he was kind of lucky that he's done it. Yeah. You know, he said, oh, I got really lucky and my opponent was playing very well. and he just keeps on saying that year after year. And I think that's probably the key of his success. Every time he steps on the court, you know, he wants to give his best. He respects his opponent. And his motivation is still intact. That's what's unbelievable. At 30 years old, he won this tournament 9 times. He's Gordon Langland plays Benoit pair, and he plays this match just like if his life is on the line. And he's really happy, you know, once he's pulled that off. This is just wonderful.
Someone who wants to stop him is defending champion Novak Djokovic. How did you react to the news that Andre Agassi, and everyone thought he will never come and be a coach, is in the coaching box, at least for this tournament, with Novak Djokovic?
You know what? I'm sure that Andre, after some of these years, misses it a bit because you can't actually do what Andre did on the court all these years and all the great matches he's done and the great titles he's won without that flame inside of him, that fire. And I tell you, when you stop, I mean, as much as he's involved into charity things and he spent a lot of time with kids and people, and I mean, he has inside of him that little kid probably look upon the game. Yeah. And when someone like Novak just says, listen, would you consider by giving me a hand because I feel, you know, you could be helpful. Of course, you know, he felt flattered and he said, you know what, I miss that game a little bit. You know, maybe I can help. Maybe I can just be on that stadium court again, maybe for the biggest matches. And I'm so happy that he accepted because both of these guys are so smart. They've done so much for the game. They have, when you look at them, like similarities in the way they play. 200 backhand, take the ball really early, really smart players. I think it's wonderful for our tournament that we get to see Andre and Novak next to each other on the courts.
Now, I know you're really busy, so we are going to let you go. But Nick finally tried this with the president. I'm going to try it with you. Can we get your winners for the tournament? The president said no, but I'm going to try.
Well, the president is very superstitious. I won't be too fancy or surprise anyone. I think Rafael is a favorite right now.
Okay.
And for the ladies, it's so open that it's really hard to make a pick. But I mean, Simona Halep, if her foot's all right, I think is probably one of the favorites as well. But you know, Christina can do really well after that first round. A few girls actually can make it all the way to the end. Yeah. And regarding the men's, can Andy pick up his game here? I mean, he's been struggling for the last few weeks on clay, but he's been working hard. He's so good that with his experience, he can just maybe pull it off with Wawrinka, be able to as well play the same level he had a couple of years ago. I mean,
Young
it's so
guns?
many, and the young guns. You know, I mean, Zverev's gonna. We'll have an answer in a few hours.
And Dominic Thiem.
Team, exactly. It's probably one of the guy. I tell you, team will win the French one day. I mean, I can bet dinner here in the next
Lovely.
five
I think
or
we've
6
got them
years.
on tape. We've got enough cameras
I
here.
mean, he's so good. His game is made for clay. So here we are. The guys, are they good enough yet? They're already very good, but are they good enough to beat the Djokovic and Nadal and stuff? Well, maybe they are. That's what makes that tournament so exciting.
Guy, it's been a pleasure. I know you're busy, but anytime you're in the area, if you want to drop in 7 o'clock each night, if you fancy a chat about tennis, we are your people
If you're
to
in
sit
the
and
area.
chat with.
Okay.
If you're in the area on this floor, we'd love to see you again.
Thank you, Regine. It was a pleasure being with you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Good to see you soon.
Tournament director Guy Forget. Now, I got an answer there, Nick McCarville. You didn't get the president to get his predictions, but I got them from Guy Forget.
1-0 Gigi Salmon. You lead this head-to-head. Well, Gigi, I want to tell you I'm out here at the Place des Mousquetaires, and this is one of the best places to watch live tennis at Roland-Garros. It's akin to Henman Hill at Wimbledon. You've got live tennis right now. Richard Gasquet is playing. I will say, when I look straight up at the sky, it's getting a little bit darker out there, but this is the perfect place to grab a coffee, grab an espresso maybe, a croissant, and you can watch live tennis right here. We're right off Chatrier between court number 1, the Bull Ring, and this is really where you get a feel for the tournament. You really feel like you've got the vibe. People coming off of Kristina Mladenovic's match, you could feel that energy as everyone swirls around here.
Thank you very much. I think you might be finding somewhere else to go a little bit later and work on getting some predictions from someone.
I'll try.
As I lead 1-0. That's your challenge for today, okay?
I'll try my best. You got it.
So Nick is going to try and avoid the rain. Guy has become Camille. Camille, you were late because you were working on the Mladenovic match.
Exactly. So yesterday I was Eli, now I'm Guy Forget. I'm a tournament director.
You've gone up in the world.
Yeah, you see, like every day I'm climbing, you know.
Let us know tomorrow what you'd like to be, and we're going to arrange that. So that's be fun.
Andre Agassi tomorrow.
Going to be Andre Agassi tomorrow. Okay,
That means
let's
he's
say
here
that.
before
you
her.
know what, we're going to see if we can work on
But
it.
exactly, I was commentating
Yes.
Kristina. I think you talk about it because just before the show, you know, the match was off. But it was a very, very tough battle for Kristina. And with her heart and with the experience, she managed to win this game. But she struggled a lot. And I think she will be happy to play a better match if her back is okay, of course.
And I think she will be. And we saw Sasha Zverev, Fernando Verdasco walk out. But what I want to show you guys is a few other key match points from today of players who've made their way through, because this was the first full day's play at Roland-Garros. And so far, I haven't looked that way. So
Don't
I'm
look.
not looking at that one. And we're going to start with defending champion Novak Djokovic. And Eli, it's pretty straightforward against Marcel
Yeah,
Granollers.
great first round draw for Novak Djokovic. Couldn't have hoped better. Played a guy who has experience but has very few wins this year on tour.
Garbina Muguruza also started the defence of her title well.
Yeah, it's pretty good because it's tough for her. She hasn't been playing that well this season. And to win this first match, I think it's the key match for her to start beginning playing better for this tournament and defend the title.
Milos Raonic did what he needed to do very, very, very comfortably against Steve Darcis.
Yeah, Milos Raonic just did not let Steve Darcis exist. In and out, less than 2 hours.
David Goffin, I know it's a lovely story, Paul-Henri Mathieu, but David Goffin put an end to it.
2-2-2. Paul-Henri Mathieu probably played his last match on court number 1. That may have been actually his request because he loved that court.
Caroline Wozniacki doesn't love the clay. She fought, she battled, she won.
Yeah, she's better on hard court. Obviously, she's a fighter from the baseline, but she managed to fight like Kristina and to win this first match is very important for her. She's coming back after some middle season, and now she's back.
Marin Cilic against Ernest Gulbis. It's not the Gulbis of old, and it was straightforward for Cilic.
It's the ghost of Gulbis, and it's very much Marin Cilic, who's hoping to go very deep into this tournament. He said it, not me.
It's one of those days, Camille. Yesterday, it's almost like a false start because there's only a few matches. Today, tennis everywhere.
Tennis everywhere, very good matches, very good battles as well. The guys, I mean, we can see like Cilic, and we were expecting maybe some struggling, you know, with some players that have been semi-finalists like Gulbis, but the ladies, they were like struggling. It's tough. There's a lot of pressure on first rounds. That's why we can feel this competition on first round, and I think this is exciting, even if like the level of game sometimes is not there, but they're gonna, you know, like improve days after day, and I think those first days are very important to see who is in shape mentally and physically.
The first days are important, the first days are exciting, and someone who's going to experience those again very soon is Victoria Azarenka. She's confirmed that she returns on the grass in Mallorca, one warm-up tournament, then she heads to SW19. She will play on the grass courts at Wimbledon, and we were lucky enough that a little bit earlier she joined Nick on set to have a chat about tennis and motherhood.
Well, Victoria Azarenka, I want to say welcome back, but I've been following you on social media. Hashtag don't call it a comeback, right?
Yeah, it's, I don't know, I just feel like it's not really a comeback for me. It's more of starting a second part of my career, and that's why I always say that.
Well, you're back in Paris, and tell me about, you walked out on Kids Day on the Chatrier, got a great round of applause. How did that feel to be back out on a big court like that?
It was amazing. I was a little nervous actually because they said you have to hit targets, and I was like, oh my god, I have in front of all these people. So it was for a second, it was before that it was overwhelming, but once I stepped on the court, it felt like home. So I was very happy to be there.
Well, congratulations on little Leo, King Leo. I think you call him, 5 months old now. How's motherhood?
It's the best thing that ever happened. You know, I never understood that until it happened to me. It's the emotion that you go through is so overwhelming and joyful. You know, the baby goes from, you know, in 1 second he has like 20 different face expressions. So it's very challenging, but it's so rewarding.
And have you thought about your schedule as you plan your comeback? Have you thought about Leo traveling with you all the time, or how's that going to work?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to leave him for much longer. Than this trip for me without him has been it's been tough. So he's definitely gonna enjoy the life on tour.
How has it been being away? I'm sure missing tennis in some set, and then the last couple months probably starting to plan returning to the game. Have you missed it a lot?
I missed the competition. Yes, I missed to play. I didn't really miss the routine of, you know, going to tournament from tournament to tournament, and I think it was good mental break for me to just stay in one place and just completely shut off from tennis. And now just being back a little bit, and I still have a little bit of routine with training, but it's different. It just feels different. And but the competition, you know, I've been training, and then I was like, okay, I need to go out and play. I need to play matches. I need to be in front of the crowd. So I'm happy that I'm going to start playing in a few weeks.
Well, you're working with Michael Joyce now, a coach that a lot of people recognize that name. Initially, you were deciding hard courts and then aiming at the U.S. Open. So what's changed for you to decide you'll be in Mallorca and then Wimbledon?
Well, before I started to practice, I wanted to make sure that I can accomplish some of the goals with training before I start competing, and that's why I just, you know, hard courts give us a lot of time to work, but the training's been progressing well, and we accomplished what we wanted. And so they told me like a month ago, like, you should go out and play, and I said, I'm not sure. I don't know. I just wanted to hard court, but then I started playing more some sets and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I just want to go out there and compete.
You're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready. Absolutely. What about being in Paris this year? Does it feel strange? I mean, you're here during, obviously, Roland-Garros, but you've been posting, you're at the Louvre, you're at the Eiffel Tower, you've been playing Vika the Tourist.
A little bit. I came actually here for one of my best friend's weddings, and while I was here, I was like, well, I would love to do a kids' day. You know, the tournament's been always so nice to me, and I want to give back, and I love kids' day in general. So, and then my trainer came. He's like, oh, you might as well just train. You know, you can still have some of your free time, but we should put some work in. So the vacation turned a little bit into a working week with interviews and stuff. But it's great because I don't have that routine pressure, you know, where you have to go to sleep at a certain hour to eat and recover. So I'm able to communicate even more with players and other people, which is great.
Well, we're hearing Novak Djokovic. A round of applause for him winning inside Chatrier. He's talked about how he feels like his little boy has given him sort of a whole different perspective on his tennis. Do you feel like Leo's going to give you that too?
Oh, it's already changed. It's just, I think in this particular case, when you have a kid, not that I'm an expert, but you just have a different balance in your life. You know, you have your work where you're serious and stuff, but then you at home, there's so much bigger than anything else. And it kind of just puts some of, you know, tennis matches and stuff into a less serious mode. And it's just something that you enjoy more. And I love playing. That's the only reason why I'm playing again. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't have come.
I think you can call yourself an expert mom at this point. You've been doing it for 5 months.
I know it's. I learned a lot, definitely, and you know, everyone's just a natural. I think in this case, but it's, you know, you're still learning every day. Every day, I feel like I'm not the one who's teaching my son. He's teaching me so much about myself and about life and everything, so it's been really amazing.
Well, I'm going to ask you lastly to put your expert hat on for the women's draw, because a lot of people talking that it's a wide open field, but how do you see it this year?
It's very unpredictable. I think, you know, the women's tennis gets a little bit too much pressure in a way. I think that the level of tennis is not low level of tennis. It's just missing the consistency. And having Serena, you know, Maria is back. She's been, you know, over the years showing that consistency. I think this is what's a women's tennis missing. Not so much the level. We just see some players doing so well in 1 week, but they can't sustain that maybe pressure, or they just need time and learn. But I think that women's tennis level is pretty high.
And are you able to pick a winner, Fika?
No, absolutely not. I have no idea. I haven't watched enough matches to make that call. But I always like to see how things unfold, not predict.
Yeah, well, us too, and we're very much looking forward to seeing you back on the court, Mallorca, and then Wimbledon. But an early welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks so much.
So great to have Victoria Azarenka in the studio. Now, Nick McCarville, I've got a slight bone to pick with you. The president didn't give you his predictions, and Victoria Azarenka didn't give you her predictions.
Gigi, I am 0 for 2 in American baseball. I am inching this close to a strikeout. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got to up my game.
Just go and find someone and get a prediction.
Seriously, I need to.
Victoria Azarenka seemed super relaxed, and it does feel like the priorities now for her. Yes, she's competitive, but since having Leo, there's a different balance there.
You know, she felt so relaxed. I think everyone on set felt like when she came to do that interview with me, she just was this easy breezy individual walking on set, and she just feels so mature. She's this new person. She talked about being a mom and how much she feels as though it's changed her. And if you look at her social media, she's just posting all of these inspirational moments in her life with little Leo, King Leo, and it really gives you sort of that pause of, gosh, these athletes are people as well. And it's great to see the success that she's had in her personal life, and now she gets to come back as a mom, and Leo's going to be tagging along.
Okay, Nick, go and find some predictions from
I'm ready.
someone.
All right, here we go.
So while Nick goes and finds some predictions, just a quick word, Camille, about you've had children, you know what it's like to go through that, and then to put herself through everything to get back to a very high level of tennis, it's tough.
It's very tough in terms of like the body. He normally is not ready, you know, after 5 months. But she's an athlete, and I think she will keep, you know, this those muscles, the way she eat it. Maybe after, you know, she gave birth, she came back to her rhythm of a professional athlete, and that's why she's fit. I mean, she gave birth 5 months ago, and she's so fit, fitter even than before. And
she lost a little bit of weight. You can tell it on
because
her
it's
faces.
a tough job to be a mom, and she's gonna come back.
It's a tough job to be a dad too.
Oh no, come on. We're not having that conversation.
Don't listen to him. No.
2 against 1.
Yeah,
it's not going
don't
anywhere.
Have a chance.
That conversation's not going anywhere.
You wake up at night, you know.
All the time.
I
got up all the time.
I want to see that.
Yeah, we're going to speak to Mrs. Eli, get some confirmation on that.
But she's going to be stronger. You know, on court, definitely. She will have less pressure because she has something great beside her. And tennis is going to be something else, but with a different point of view. And I think she's going to be tougher.
Can't wait to see her back. We've just got about enough time to look at tomorrow's order of play. We've got Philippe Chatrier, we've got Susan Longland. I'm going to get you to look at your match and see which one you're going to pick out, because on Philippe Chatrier, we've got the likes of Johanna Konta. Difficult for Konta. People say she can't play on clay. She said, I don't know where that came from. I quite like playing on clay, actually. We've got Andy Murray in action. He is a finalist from last year. He is the world #1. Jo-Wilfried Tsonga won a title in Lyons, had a baby recently, Simona Halep in the ankle. But I want to take us to Susan Longland, because I believe, Camille and Eli, that is where your match of the day is?
Well, it's Hot Shot Central at the end of the day on court Suzanne Lenglen. Gaël Monfils against Dustin Brown. It's going to be all over. It's going to be horizontal tennis. Nobody's going to be touching the ground there.
They're going to be dancing, you know, entering the court, you know.
Flipping over, tweeners everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
do not miss that match if you have a chance to see it.
Entertainment, 100%.
100%.
Entertainment guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
Hot
Well,
shot
100%.
guaranteed.
Hot shot guaranteed. There's a lot of pressure on this match now. Eli, Camille, thank you for running over from Chateau.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm happy to be
Hey,
there with you.
ex-athlete.
And mum.
And mom.
So she's a hard worker.
And I'm stronger now.
And you're very strong now. Thank you both very much for being here as ever. If you'd like to get in touch with us, it doesn't just stop now. Hashtag RG17. You can send photos, comments, maybe people you would like us to try and get into the studio. We will do our best. Or players you would like us to talk to or comments about the show. So hashtag RG17. But that is it from us for this evening. The play is still going on behind us. It will be until those rain clouds come over or darkness falls. RolandGarros.com for all the very latest. We've loved having your company. We'll be back same time tomorrow night, and we look forward to seeing you then.